Hello and welcome to Tabletop 24, and thank you for joining us for another Starter Decks unboxing for One Piece, the card game. Today we have the film Starter Deck, ST05. This has just launched and it is in between the set of OP01 and OP02. It is purple and we're going to get straight in there. Now, we did recently take Kaido to the Treasure Cup in Birmingham, which is purple, and there are some nice purple cards in here that I'm going to be looking to get into my Kaido deck. So we should have a quick look at what's in here. So as with all of the other starter decks, we've got our playmat, rules, and our deck. So okay, let's get that off there. Okay. So to start off with, we have our 10 Don straight away. Okay. Then we have Shanks as a leader. So we're getting there. So 5 life, 5k, fairly standard. Activate main once per turn, Don -3. You may obviously return 3 to all your film characters, gain plus 2000 power during this turn. Okay, then we have got 2 of our special rares, Uta. So 4 costs, 5000 power. You may return -1 on block to rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. So quite nice to prevent those multiple attacks coming through. Then we have 2 copies of the other super rare, Douglas Bullet. So Douglas Bullet is 10,008 cost, and activate main once per turn, Don -4 to rest up to 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less. Then the character gains double attack this turn. So I mean, that's lovely just to be able to rest your opponent's blockers or anything that's going to give you too much trouble. Okay. Then we've got 4 copies of AIM. 4 costs, 5k. On play, add up to 1 Don from your Don deck and rest it. Getting some of that ramp in. But no counter on that, which is worth noting. And we've got 4 copies of Anne. 2 cost blocker for 3k, but no counter. And then we've got 2 copies of Karina, which is 2 costs, 3000 with a 1000 counter. Activate main once per turn. You may rest this character to trash up to 1 film type card from your hand. And then if your opponent has more Don cards on the field than you, add 2 Don from your Don deck and rest them. Very situational card, but could do you some good, but only 2 of those. Then we've got 2 copies of Guild Tesoro, or Tesoro. 5 costs, 6k. When attacking, Don -2. 2 draw card, 2 draw 2 cards. So if you can keep them out on the field, you can be drawing through some cards quite nicely. But again, no counter. And then we've got 4 copies of Gordon, which with a 1k counter, 1 cost, 3k. Gordon. Thinking a few times in the Treasure Cup, I didn't have that one drop card. It could be worth it. It is a 1k counter as well, so worth considering. We've got 2 copies of Shiki, which is a 6 cost, 7k with a 1000 counter. If you have 8 or more Don cards on the field, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. So your opponent's going to have to find some other way of removing him from the field. Then we have 4 copies of Scarlet, which is a 2 drop, 3000 power with a 1000 counter, with a trigger of play this card. Okay, so you're probably going to want that in more in a trigger deck. We've got 2 copies of Zephyr, which is 7 cost, 8000, no counter. When this character battles a strike attribute character, this character gains plus 3000 power during this turn. And activate main once per turn, Don -1. This character gains plus 2,000 during this turn. So you can really power and ramp up depending upon what it's attacking. And it falls into that nice 7 drop. Then we've got 4 copies of Baccarat, 3 costs, 5,000 power, with the 1k counter, fairly standard. Then we've got 4 copies of Bins, which is a 4 cost, 6k, with 1,000 counter. No real special in either of those two. Then we've got 4 copies of Buena Vista, which is 1 cost, no power. And on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 film type card other than Buena Vista, and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So one of our first proper search cards. In purple. Then we've got 4 copies of Dr. Indigo, straight up 2 costs, 4k power with 1,000 counter. So another one of those vanilla cards. Then we've got 2 copies of Lion's Threat Imperial Earthbind for 3 cost in your main, Don -2 to KO up to one of your characters with cost 5 or less. And then on the trigger, add up to one of your down cards from your Don deck and set as active. So quite nice. It hits that 3 cost mark. So it can be a little difficult, but it can just get rid of a blocker for you, which is quite nice. And then finally, we have 4 copies of Union Armada. For 2 cost, it is a counter to one of your film type leader or characters gain plus 4,000. If that card is a character, that character can't be KO'd this turn. And that's KO'd from battle or anything else. So really nice if you're running a film deck. Obviously, it'd be nice to see some other cards coming out in the sets that might be a little bit stronger than some of these vanilla type characters. And then trigger, add up to 1 card from your Don deck and set it as active. Again, might be quite nice in a trigger deck. But that is all of our cards from our ST05 for Shanks. Let me know if you think this is going to be good. I think there's a couple of cards here I will be taking for my Kaido deck. Not many though, unfortunately. But if you haven't done so already, please check out the videos on the channel, give us a like and a subscribe, and we will catch you next time. Take care.